Alright.
Okay, this is a buggy set up for a T4 paraplegic. It has 15-inch wheels on it because, you know, down in here I had to use 11-inch disc to be able to get a motorcycle caliper to be able to work. You can't be using small discs, you just can't generate the power. Then the other thing, the bodywork originally came with openings in here, and I made these panels to close it off because I was getting sticker bushes and mesquite flying in there, and you can't feel it, and it gets stuck in your skin, and it's not good. Then I made these window nets, you know, for arm protection in case of a rollout. I just kind of have a rod going along here, and I can just pull back on the rod, and it's spring loaded right here, and it just pulls out of a slot that I've got right in here. And it's the same thing up on the top. I can just pull back, and then it pulls out of the slot there. And I did it this way so I wouldn't have stuff hanging down when I transfer in. In here where the steering wheel is, it's a Honda Pilot steering wheel, and the rear brake's actuated here, and thumb throttle, and then over here is where the front brake is. These are the Honda Pilot arm restraints. Your hand gets in there, you can't get your hand away. Then I just made this little hook to kind of hang it to get out of the way when I'm transferring. The reservoir for the master cylinder is right up there, and you can see the line running down, and then up on the top of the steering wheel it's coming out. And as long as the reservoir is higher than the master cylinders, it'll work. And these master cylinders are off of a Honda CRB 1000, and I just welded up plates with a pole on it to mount it and figured the angle up, and then they just bolt in here. And then on the steering wheel I've got a temp gauge over there. It tells me the temperature, and it's wired up, so if I start to overheat it'll flash on here to warn me to get back to, you know, where I can get help so I don't overheat the motor. We're gonna go around the back of the car now. I've got CV axles on the car, and they're right in here. And this has what they call an inboard brake. The brake is mounted up by the transmission, and to get the brakes work you really need CV axles. There's some U-jointed splined axles out there that have U-joints here and down there, and then the axle is splined to where it can slide in and out as it needs to compress. They tend to bind under power and braking, and they put horrendous side loads on the buggy. It bends frames, it bends trailing arms, but it causes the brakes to flex, and you can never get the brakes to work with a motorcycle master cylinder. It gave me nightmares. When I got rid of the splined axles, went CVs, my braking problems went away. Go ahead and just stay over there. I'm going to come around. I have power steering, and it's over on the side of the engine where the belt for the alternator, and it's right over here. The alternator and the water pump, and then this is the power steering pump right there, and then I just have a filter and stuff, and it just comes up. And you know, you got to have power steering because you've got to have the steering go full lock in less than 90 degrees, because your hand will get at such a weird angle you can't grab the controls. Also, back in here you can see where the bar comes down. Your cables are going to be sweeping. Well, you can't have your cable sweeping more than 90 or whatever. They're going to get all caught up and bound. But you lose leverage when you go to a quick response like this, and it'll break your hand to kick back. So you got to have power steering to protect yourself. I'm going to take the panels off the car, and so you can see the power brakes and stuff. And so we're going to stop the video here.